About to get on the Ferris Wheel, which actually I've never been down here. And apparently, according to you, this is a date spot. So we're on a date, which is exciting because I haven't been on a date in a few years. And this is not for the IndianMatch.com. What's up? How you doing? Stay in school. Okay, cool. We love the kids. Tasneem loves the kids. When I do get a date, I'm gonna take them here. Oh, okay, this is cool. I imagine this is cool at night. I always see it at night glowing. It's like the Santa Monica, it's like the glow stick of Santa Monica, this thing, because you'll be driving, anywhere you're driving in Santa Monica, and you're like, oh, there's the Ferris wheel. All the way over there, if you keep going, and you go down and you go around, it'll be the Gulf oil spill. Apparently there's a cap on it, which cap schmack, you know what I'm saying? I'll see it when I believe it. Really, I don't think it's about the oil, I think it's about the sort of inappropriate behavior by BP, by all companies, by our government handling all this whole stuff. And really, honestly, that's why I write songs and sing, because it gives me an opportunity to talk about this stuff, and it gives me an opportunity to voice my voice. Are we stuck up here? What's going on? I'm kind of like high on life up here. When you get high up, you get a little bit high. You know what I'm saying? Totally. This is not, I'm not advocating any drug use. I'm just saying, I'm advocating life, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, I have an EP that's coming out. I'm tentatively calling it The Animal Days Are Gone, and because really and truly the animal days are gone for me. I'm a California girl now. Jungli has left the building. Yeah, I've been recording it in LA and getting this Kickstarter thing off the ground to finish it up. And it's got about 5 or 6 songs on it that are totally new, that I haven't really been performing in New York. And I've written in LA, all of them were written in LA, and and they're different, and they sound different than they're less rocky and more folky and kind of electro-y a little bit. You know what, I kind of like the Ali song, because it's so short and sweet. It's actually, you can hear it right now on MySpace/Tasneem Music. I like it so much. It was the first one that I decided would go on the CD, and it's so short and it's so sweet. And I feel really connected to the fact that I called it the Ali song.
Why is it called the Ali song?
It is called the Ali song because the second verse talks about Ali. I guess a man I'm calling Ali. And I just feel like so many people write so many songs with names like, Smile Sarah, or Hey Jude, or, I don't know, whatever song, but who writes a song about Ali? Like, I just wanted to put Ali in the spotlight. What's so amazing is that Ali says all the things that I want to say. What's so amazing is that Ali's face is like the sun coming out to play. What's so amazing is that when he said I'd never be alone. What's so amazing is that the rain stuck and then the sun came out to show. You can drive, but I'll be by your side to your highway to the future. You can say goodbye, but I'll be by your side into your highway to the future. Love out here. Just let love on this Ferris wheel. This is one I actually wrote in about how I think that people in Afghanistan feel, like when they're living in Afghanistan during the war. I imagine them to feel like this song. He ain't got no job, poppy seeds are on. He keeps praying to God to lift him up somehow. She got fired yesterday, and all she does is pray. She's singing, Lord, come and take me away. Come and take me away. Yeah. Come and take me away. For a long time, I really thought like I'm such a lone wolf, and there was no, so I was so interesting and unique and like da 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 da. But then MIA came out with a record about like 5 or 6 years ago, and I think it really opened the door for a lot of South Asian artists. I'm so thankful she came out with a record, and so thankful that it was amazing, because I think she's been really the first
South Asian artists to sort of really put, kick the doors open, and not that she's waving this like huge South Asian diaspora flag for everybody else, but it's like there's a face, and I think that the days of me being like I'm so I'm so alone, like that's so over, and I think there's a lot of South Asians doing it, and I'm really really thankful and I'm really proud of it. I love so much jazz and all the John Coltrane and Miles Davis and Sonny Rollins and Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan. I could name Hank Mobley, just amazing, Duke Ellington, all that jazz. I grew up really listening to jazz. My family is actually from East Africa. We're Gujarati, South Asian, Indian, Muslim, East Africans. So my dad grew up. When they came to America, my dad was listening to a lot of jazz, and ironically, he was listening to a lot of Afro pop. So there was an NPR show that used to come on Sundays on the local NPR station in Oklahoma called Afro Pop Worldwide. You can still, I think, podcast it or check it out online or something. I don't think it comes on many NPR stations. It certainly doesn't come on in California that I've heard, but we used to listen to it every Sunday. And actually growing up the drive, because we're in Oklahoma, the drive to the local prayer gathering of Muslims where we would pray together was so long that we would listen to a lot of jazz, and we would listen to Afro pop, and then my brother and I would want to listen to Peter Gabriel and Sting and Tori Amos and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and of course I wanted to listen to Madonna and Janet and Michael and all that stuff, and I think all of those artists. It was so interesting. I think we were talking earlier about this woman who was like, "You're Indian, you should have tablas in your music," and I'm like, "Oh, but no, that's not really what my music is about. I'm just sort of a songwriter, and give me a guitar and a piano, and I'm happy." It's kind of like I feel like I have a machete sometimes, and I'm going through the forest, just chopping down the path so that other South Asian, second generation, third generation, fourth generation can follow and not have to deal with some of the trials and the tribulations that I've had to deal with, oh, what's your name again? How do I spell your name? T as in Tom, A as in Apple, S as in Sally, N as in no, E as in everything, E as in everything, M as in music. Oh, Tasmanian devil! I haven't heard that one before. You know what I mean? So it's all of these things I think come together, and I can sort of machete down the jungle and create this pathway for other people to follow, and that makes other artists. Who I really like? I like Bat for Lashes, and I think she's half Pakistani. I think Natasha Khan. She's so cool, and she I think breaks the mold as an artist. Who cares if she's half Pakistani or not? She's brilliant and incredible, and her music is so pushes the envelope, and her songwriting is so cool, and I just really like her music a lot. And she happens to be Pakistani, and I think that's what I love about South Asian artists who are doing their thing when they happen to be South Asian, or they happen to be half Pakistani or Indian or whatever it is. A few years ago, I think it's maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we played Art Basel in Miami. I got to play with my band in New York at the time, and Zaha Hadid was a featured artist at that year, and it was just so. It was such a brilliant weekend, and I felt a real part of history, and a part of arts and culture and Islam and identity, and I felt such a part of everything. That was a really big highlight, and another big highlight actually has been moving to California and sort of reinventing myself, and reinventing the sound and creating a new sound and exploring myself musically and culturally. Support art that you believe in, and support things that you believe in, and stand up and raise your voice. If you don't feel like something is right, say so. Fight the power. Wait, how do you do it? How do you put someone's name on a grain of rice? You have to have really small hands.
I can't believe you just said that.
Did you get that on tape?